A very good Sunday morning to you, or I should say afternoon. I hope I find you very, very well on what is can only be described as an early autumnal September Sunday. Rain, drizzly, awful, a little bit chilly today. So we'll see where we go from here, although surprisingly here in Manchester in September we do tend to get a little bit of an Indian summer, so we'll wait and see. This is kind of a nothing video, really. It's just little bits put together that I want to address. Firstly, thank you very, very much for all the response to my last video, basically saying that I was done with wristwatches. Thank you for those of you who basically expressed an interest and gratitude to any kind of information I'll be able to put over. I'm actually very touched by that. What I want to say straight off to all you watch guys, I did mention in that last video that this channel is not going to be moving away completely from watches. One will pop up now and again, but it's not going to be as much as it was. It's all going to be more focused on my other many and varied interests, some which hopefully you will find interesting, some that you'll find controversial, and hopefully quite a lot which will instigate quite a lot of conversation between all of us. Secondly, for a lot of you people outside the UK, you may not know this person, but you may have heard of him. Bruce Forsyth. Bruce Forsyth sadly died in the last week. Now, for those of you perhaps in America and Canada who perhaps don't know of Bruce Forsyth, if I was to say that Bruce Forsyth has been an institution in many, many people's lives, certainly mine. I can't remember a time in televisual history where I have not been watching Bruce Forsyth, and it makes me quite sad to what's the word I'm looking for? See all the people I grew up with disappearing, because it kind of makes you realise that, God forbid, I'm getting old. You know, I remember kind of, you know, when I started watching and understanding television, maybe when I was 5 years old, Bruce Forsyth was there. And now I'm 57, and up until a fortnight ago, he was still there. So over half a century, he's been part of my life. And what I'm seeing now, as we'll all relate to, is people who've been an important part of our lives all disappearing because we've been alive long enough to see the extent of their full career. For those of you who don't know Bruce Forsyth, what he was a television mainstay. He was a great entertainer, musician, a dancer. He did have a crack at singing. He did have a crack at acting in movies. Probably something you may have seen him in was Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, where he played like a London spiv in the East End when they went to East End London. Great friend of Sammy Davis Jr. And how important he is kind of here in the UK. If I said to you, Johnny Carson, let's say, what an institution Johnny Carson is in America, perhaps, Bruce Forsyth kind of as important here in Britain. So it's very, very sad to see the passing of yet another person, entertainer, pass away, somebody I've grown up with throughout all my life. But you tend to find that happens, and at some point, everybody I've grown up with will pass away, and ready for a new guard to come in. Quite interesting. It makes you take a kind of a retrospective look upon your life. So a fond farewell and rest in peace, Sir Bruce. As far as where this channel is going, very simply, I'm going to kind of go back to covering things which are relevant today, so things in the news, things in politics that are affecting all of us. I mean, there's very little what you class as solely domestic issues, as it were, things that happen in the Western world are all interconnected and will affect us, if not immediately, somewhere down the road. So I'll be kind of covering that kind of thing. I'll be covering the more controversial subjects that interest me greatly. I'm going to be covering lots of my interest in the strange, weird, controversial as far as conspiracy theorists, or as I like to call them, alternate theories, science, all that kind of thing. Anything that kind of takes my fancies in this weird and wonderful world in which we live, I will try and throw on here for you to throw back your comments regarding that. Needless to say, after my last video, I did lose a few subscribers. It was to be expected, and that's fine. Those of you who've stayed, thank you very much indeed. I hope that I can keep you entertained. And as I said right at the beginning of this video, the watch stuff will pop up, just not as much. As far as my subscriber numbers are concerned, who knows? Who knows? I reached my 500 and I've gone beyond the 500 now, which is absolutely brilliant. I'm happy with that, and all my aim is now is to keep you, my viewers, whether you're viewing just as a come day kind of go day, let's have a look what this guy's saying, viewer, or whether you decide to subscribe, or whether you've stayed, keep you entertained, keep you informed, hopefully open your minds to other possibilities, and certainly open up the possibility of educated conversations between you and me, you and other contributors in the comments section. So let's see where that goes. As always, if there are any subjects that you think that I could put a spin on, let me know. Drop a note down below. So that's it for this one. A nice little 7-minute Sunday morning, Sunday afternoon video. As I say, keep in touch. Let me know what you want me to cover. And as a final note, as a response to one of my subscribers, a gentleman who's been with me for quite a long time, Ajax Forever. I'm assuming his first section is pronounced Ajax after the football team. I will do a watch video showing the current state of my collection. I don't think it's going to be one of these talky ones where I go through each individual watch, because I've done all that in my past library. It will be something that just kind of catches you up on where I am and what watches I keep in general rotation. So I will do that for you as promised and as requested by you. So that will be coming up sometime, I guess, in the next fortnight or so. So for now, people, that's it. Thank you very much for having a look today, and I look forward to hearing from you with any suggestions or requests that you might have for perhaps the nonsense that I can cover in the next 12 months. So thank you very much indeed. Bye bye for now.